So, we've just got the G rank missions to do for training, and we can go back to finishing the village. That's what, 8 quests? Right? Think so? That's the wrong button. This isn't Sonic. Cube, why would you think this would be Sonic? Don't you know I have never played a singular Sonic game in my life? At some point I need to go back to finishing those. It's either like Zero Gravity or I think Black Knight or something I have next to play. Actually, I can see that if I look through my list of playthroughs that are planned, quote unquote. I also do kind of want to redo this list that I have. Probably remove most of the Pokemon games because I just don't really fucking care anymore. Sonic Zero Gravity is next, and then Sonic Unleashed. Unleashed might be a problem. I'll have to see if I can emulate that, because my fucking capture card doesn't work anymore. This isn't Halo CE? No, I already played and finished Halo CE, so it wouldn't be Halo CE, you know? No fool on this earth would play Halo CE currently, you know, especially not the modern audience one. Right, Cube? Have you finished that, Cube? I fell asleep again before you entered your stream. Sonic protection, that kind of sucks. Interesting. Tack up along with some crit to offset Gravios's shitty fucking Gladius. Couldn't finish the game last night because the last mission... I couldn't finish the game last night because it kept crashing on the Keys mission. Second to last mission. That's crazy. Like, damn, dude, you go and you buy a modern game, can't even play it because it keeps crashing. Crazy. I fixed it now, so I'll be finishing it tonight. Damn. Surely that's going to be a super short stream, unless you haven't done the other quote-unquote bonus missions that 343 made. Your first stream, I fell asleep before you even finished the first bonus mission. Because you were there for like 3 hours. Mr. Halo Man, not so good at actually playing Halo, couldn't believe it. You said no, they fixed, or they made the library missions super easy. Yeah, of course they did. They couldn't just leave that peak mission alone. They had to change it. There's a random fucking Bizarro sound effect on its swing. Okay. You mean they didn't make the entire game super easy? I honestly don't know, Sozu. Oh, shit. I have no idea how hard the game is or isn't supposed to be. All I've heard about the game's difficulty is that apparently, according to my brother, Burnt Peanut and a bunch of his friends were struggling with it. Or some shit. During the totally not, you know, premium gamer time. Because they were all playing it early. Oops. Fuck. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, what is this bullshit? He's taunting me. Bro, are you serious? Fucking wake up. What the fuck? Bro, he's stun locking me. Dude, what the fuck was that? That was like a whole fucking minute of not being able to play the game. Game bounces all over the place because of sprint, regenning HP, and constant nav points. The HP regens? Didn't you have to find health packs in Halo 1? Or am I imagining that? Huge streamers always struggle on purpose. That doesn't mean anything. Like, they literally end just to prolong their streams and keep people engaged. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, I don't fucking watch, like, Peanut or anybody like that, so... couldn't say. But then, you know, there's the counter-argument of a lot of the big streamers are also just trash at games, so... there's also that. As far as I know, Peanut and all the people that he plays with are supposed to be, like, good at shooter games, so... I don't know. Hang on, I want this potion. Hey, Night Raid. How you doing today? But they changed the layout of 343 Guilty Spark mission. The Flood mission, yeah. There are some nice visual improvements, but the level is now extremely linear. Especially with nav points telling you where to go. Yeah, I remember getting lost in that mission. Or maybe not lost, but I remember going in a circle once or twice. You know, some people would call that being lost, but, I mean... I was just sightseeing, you know, I'm taking in the beautiful scenery. Like the beautiful scenery here. As I whiff all my attacks. DLG, that mission's cool and intense because you can get lost, yeah. Not that I was lost, though. You can't have tense moments in modern games, Cube, according to Sozu. A player can't feel lost is a failure of game design. Right, that's why they put yellow paint everywhere. Everybody knows yellow paint is key peak game design. My guy's still going. I'm not looking to get unlocked by that again. That was close. That was really close. Fucking negative crit. That's 5% chance, loser. Night Raid still going to get that laptop regardless of my warning. Fair enough. Just make sure to temper your expectations so you're not too disappointed later on. Doing pretty good. Ate some ramen before starting the stream. What's the problem with the laptop? I'll go over it in a moment, Sozu. Those I always eat before streaming. Come on, man. You ate something other than bread or pizza. Well, the past couple days I've been having chicken, but I'm out of chicken now. I don't have stuff to make pizza. I'm too lazy to make bread. Mostly because I don't have anything to eat the bread with now. And plain bread is kind of lame. So, you know, I went and got some ramen and ate that. You fuck. Okay, here we go again. He's actually just taunting me. That's so fucked up. Like cup ramen, not the cup kind, it's the kind you buy that's in a brick you just throw into a pot. The brand's Top Ramen or whatever. You know, absolute garbage food, but filling. Yeah, same thing, just, you know, more. Bro, are you fucking kidding me? This thing's so fast. You're gonna type to eat the brick raw. No, I don't drink boiling raw water, eat the brick raw, and then snort the packet. It's not my style. No health pack, so it makes running past enemies even less consequential. There's no friction between fights now that HP just regens. Yeah, it's kind of lame. On these spots would have potions, probably. Don't remember entirely off the top of my head where a honey spot is here. Okay, well, that's not very helpful. Yeah, I don't do girl dinners, Sozu, you know? I just make the food and then I eat it. Like a normal person. You know, no matter how much I fight this thing, I haven't been able to find a visual cue for when it's dying. You know, other than the typical, like, limp, maybe. I haven't really seen it do anything. I haven't seen a physical change on it. Not really. It's not super useful. I'll keep the Farcaster ready. So fucked that it can just drop a massive AoE sleep on itself. Yeah. Don't remember what Excite Storms do. Probably poisons me or some shit. City gathering spots just sticking out to me. The mushrooms here. This works. Also not sure where Hypnocatress sleeps here. I'll assume in the tree, but other than that, I don't really know. Oh, yeah. How shiny it is. There we go, first real try. We don't count the first run, that was a warm-up, you know? You always have to have that warm-up run. Oh boy. We got some bombs. Could blew his ass up. I like how apparently he doesn't have his own coins, so they just gave you black belt coins. At least this actually tells you it's Emerald Conga and not, you know, like, fuck you kind of deal. Surprise, it's green. Try not to strain your eyes in the dense foliage because it's green, okay. Enforcer's Axe is always a great sword that I see, and it's like, damn, that looks cool, but people actually end up looking at it, it's like, wow, that sucks. This tree for the great sword is unfortunately just not good, even if it looks cool. Whole battle set's interesting, though. Trap Master. Not bad. Wait. Did they actually go out of their way to slot off that fucking negative skill for stamina? I guess not. It must just barely be without it. Elemental attack and antiseptic, okay. Antiseptic for against Conga, makes sense. Dual Blades are great sword. Duh, this gives you Trap Master, but doesn't actually give you traps or bombs. That's it's fucked up. Yeah, materials, you gotta get those yourself. Fuck you. Okay. Oh, this actually gives you tinged meat. Interesting. And a trap. Tinged meat and a trap. Okay. Let's try dual blades. See how this goes. I don't know why I'm going in that box. I also know there's never anything in here, but, you know, habit. Yeah, we're gonna stop by the honey spot here in Area 2. An ivy spot? What is this right now? Ooh, whetstones. Dual blades. I might actually need those. Normal potions, kind of unfortunate, but take what I can get. Which isn't much. Do you not gather behind these on this game? I guess not. Oh, it's this one. They put mushrooms behind it to show you. Hot drink? Okay, God forbid he goes in a cave. I'll be able to follow him. Fuck you, Conga. Need this carve. They didn't do much damage. I forgot that this floor is a gathering spot. Deal, do you think Halo Campaign Evolved is going to sell well? Fuck no. It might sell well enough, considering it's a massive asset flip, that they will get close to or make their money back. But as far as them actually like making good profits on it, no, I doubt it. Looking at the Steam numbers right now, it ain't looking good. Oh boy. Fuck, there's a crab under here. Crab under there, too. What is here? Frogs. Let me take a guess, Cube. Is it 7,000 in-game as it stands on Steam? Play a game of higher or lower. It's fine. I'm sure Xbox and PlayStation are making up for the PC plebs. Oh, yeah, totally. 100%. Crap, this stupid fucking thing poisons me. I'm gonna be really upset. Only 7K playing at the moment. Damn, I'm fucking good. Good at this. 25K was its all-time peak. Ooh. It's not what you want to see. Remobra needs to fuck off, dude. Wouldn't most people just be playing off of Game Pass? If they are playing off of Game Pass, so the Xbox is still technically losing money for that. That's why they keep upping the price of Game Pass, because they're not making enough money to offset the cost of putting all those games there for people to play. Like, they want to use it as a loss leader, but they're just getting losses instead of having a leader. Where's this fucking Conga? I know I haven't been moving through the areas at lightning speed or anything, but like, goddamn. But, another problem with that Sozu is that there's just not many people with an Xbox. And if you're going to get a game on PC, you're probably just going to get it on Steam and not really bother with, the PC version of Game Pass. I'll grab a couple of these in case he fucking runs. Yeah, I mentioned that Game Pass is on PC as well. Most people probably aren't going to bother with that because Xbox doesn't have anything in the first place to make you want to buy that. Game Pass is literally just PlayStation spite. It's a war instrument. No, Zero. I think they're just stupid, and that's what the Game Pass is. Also stupid. Put this tinged meat down. See if they'll bite at some point. Wait. Okay. Really? Yeah, fat ass. How you like my poisoned meat? A feature nobody fucking uses in this game because it like doesn't work on most monsters. Shit's so inconsistent. This poison fucking hurts. I'm gonna go to the camp. Dude, my fucking controller stopped running. Like, there shouldn't be anything wrong with my analog stick. I don't get why it does that. Welcome back, Knight. Yeah, that looks normal. I don't get it. I don't get why it does that sometimes. You see that, Cube? Say that somewhere. No, Cube, I didn't get a 4090 or 4080 Super just to run this game. I got that to run Wilds, and then it barely ran anyway. Let's not do dual blades. Let's just do the greatsword. There's no one owns an Xbox besides ball and gun players. The Game Pass exists because every company wants to have a subscription service. Yep. They all want to be Netflix. Yeah, that's pretty much what started it. They get to up the price without you realizing you're still subscribed. Yeah. And then they're still losing money on it. It's not working out for them. Including for Netflix, because everybody's competing with Netflix now, so they don't have that monopoly. Maybe Halo Campaign Evolved would last longer if they had multiplayer. And if the game was optimized, that's asking for too much, Cube. When you're tabbed in the graphics. Can I do that? Did I click on this and it, yeah. I don't remember, like, being on the graphics tab. I guess maybe it starts like that if you just opened it. I must have clicked off it super fast and I didn't realize that it was on there. That's right, the Wilds DLC is coming out soon. Don't fucking remind me. Next year, like, probably, like, November or some shit. Soon, TM. Nice, you got this game coming in the mail for the PSP. Nice. It's a good game, I hope you enjoy it. It can be a bit rough at times, because, you know, old game. But it's my favorite Monster Hunter game, personally. Also getting that authentic PSP experience. Always approve. If it was more viable to actually play this on PSP and stream it, I would be doing that as well. Currently on emulator, obviously. Poison throwing knives. I will take these. I'm excited. I also got Freedom 1 coming. Ooh. Nice. Freedom 1 at times can have issues with dropping your inputs. Just keep your mind for that. I'm gonna mod my PSP and put my ISOs on my PC. That's what I did. I did it years ago. It's really hit or miss whether or not you have problems with Freedom 1 dropping your inputs. For whatever reason, some people get it more than others. I also recommend, if you're going to mod your PSP, you could also look into getting a copy of Monster Hunter Portable 3rd. It's a Japanese exclusive game, but it has, guess what? A fan-made translation patch. Which is what I will also be doing after we finish this game and dose. Yeah, all the PSP Monster Hunter games are great. Freedom Unite, obviously the best one, but, you know, the other ones are also pretty good. They're not a waste of time. Found the monkey. Rather, he found us. Ooh, okay. I gotta be a bit more careful with that angle. Man, I might get Portable 3rd now that you mention it. I'll have to see if I can get it domestically imported and it's expensive. Yeah, it can be hit or miss, because obviously it's Japanese only. Run PSP or the PSP emulator on my tablet and game on there. Pretty sure it's on Android. It is. The PSP emulator also runs on like a toaster, so. And if you play via the emulator, you are able to play online. The online services for the PSP on the PS3 are still running at the moment, but that's asking a lot for having people on there still. The emulator is much more active. What you gonna do, Conga? Fuck. Although, Zero, I don't know why you would put it on your fucking tablet. You have a computer, you could just put it on. I thought he was gonna shit himself. About to fucking die. What up? Which app are you talking about, Zero? Android? Yeah, I mean, it's still the same emulator. It's just on Android instead. Or, you know, you could just play on your computer like a normal person. Steam Deck I might play this on instead of my PC. Also a valid option. Would be a slightly more authentic experience. This only has green, yeah. Is there a mod to change the button icons? Not that I know of. That's such bait because the animations are so similar. Not a problem for me because I'm playing with a PlayStation controller, but for other people I could see them having an issue. Nope, no texture mods. This is just the game as it is. Just the game and emulator settings. There's some basic graphics settings in here, like render resolution, MSA, shit like that you can fuck with to make it look a bit better. For instance, oops. This is what it looks like on the normal resolution. This is the PSP's internal game resolution. Still looks really good, but most people wouldn't be looking to, you know, play it like this. $4080 super nice. Yeah, I got lucky before all the prices for everything spiked into the stratosphere. Basically, a couple people I know wanted me to help them build computers, so they paid me to help them build PCs. And then because of that, I also was able to build my own. Ow. Very lucky. Got a 5080 2 months ago for less than a K. Super lucky. That is extremely lucky. I actually have somebody else I know that messaged me recently asking for help to build a PC. So I was asking him, like, what the fuck do you even want it for? You have a... He has a laptop with a 5070 in it. And as far as I know, he's not doing anything that would need a stronger PC. So I'm just confused. Especially because currently all the prices for most PC parts have, like, doubled. So it's just not even a good idea to get one right now. Like, if he doesn't mind spending $4,000 or $5,000 for a fucking PC right now, I could help him figure out parts and build it for him, but, you know, it's kind of expensive. A girlfriend wants to build, but it's super expensive. I got a 9070 XT and a power supply unit. I'm not even using it on Giver, but it's still 2K for everything else. Yeah. PC prices have gone insane. Fuck out of here, Velociprey. Oh my god, I got hit by that. I can't believe I actually got hit by his fucking stomach. It's so dumb. Yeah, Maelstrom, a friend of mine, who's also in chat at some point, probably, was talking about recently that he was needing to get a new SSD. And he was like, he showed or was talking about like the prices for it, and I was like, yeah, it's fucking insane. I went back in my history and it's like, oh yeah, my brother and I got these, and they were like 50 for this, and like these two were 100, and then I looked at their like cost for them currently. The $50 one is like 200, and the $100 one is like 5. I looked at the RAM that I bought for everybody when I was building their PCs recently. Not recently, it's over a year ago at this point. Maybe closer to 2 years ago at this point. It's like, oh yeah, RAM kits of DDR5, I think it's 6,000 millitransfer or megatransfers per second, or whatever the fuck it's actually called. It's MTs. You know, 32 gigabyte set. They were, I believe, around 100, maybe a bit more than 100. They're like $500, $600, $700 now. It's like, holy fuck, man. I hear it's gotten so bad that even micro SD cards are jumping in price to insane levels now. Guys, GPUs are back to 4 gigabytes. You know what, that might be fun to do. I could pull up my PC part picker list for my computer. Undo all the, like, bought tab things, and just see what it would cost now to build the same exact PC I currently have. That 4 gigabyte AMD GPU ain't gonna be bad for retro builds. Yeah, but I feel like even on a retro build, you would want something with at least like 8. Because most people will be doing shit like, yeah, I'm playing an old game, but I've upped the resolution, or I have mod packs, or graphics texture packs and shit like that, which obviously need more than just 4 gigabytes of RAM. Probably like 5K for your PC now. Yeah, it might be. I had to buy an express micro SD for the Switch 2. I got for work the other night. And shockingly, Nintendo has the best deal I could see on them. 256 gigabytes for $60, but going up to 1 terabyte was just terrible. Looking at $250 to $300, Jesus Christ. Yeah, and it's also like hyper bullshit. Ooh, no, I'm fine. It's also hyper bullshit that Nintendo was like, yeah, we know that like micro SD for the Switch, like you could get one of those for like the normal Switch, cool. You will not be using that for your Switch 2 though, you have to buy a new one. And you know damn well they have fucking brand deals with SanDisk for branded fucking Nintendo memory cards. Ow. Fuck you, Conga. Dude, that's fucking crazy. I should have just taken the potion instead of running. Wad your ass? Yeah, he did. You understand they're faster because their FAQ said they are. Oh, they had to switch. Listen, I could understand the whole, like, oh, it's faster. Cool. What if people don't care? Why couldn't they have the option of using either of them? Alright, well, so that didn't work out. Let's pull up my PC parts and see how much that costs now. I don't have this, I just want this, that's why it's still there. I don't have this either, I just want a disc player. Let's see. It kind of sucks that there's not a just mass undo this button, but hey, whatever. It's also kind of annoying that it jumps back to the fucking top every time you do this. I don't remember those fans being that expensive. No price available, okay. Ah. Yeah, casual $5,333. Amazing. And that's it, without counting my headphones. And then I have like a $50 snowball mic. You know what, let me look on Amazon real fast, look at my receipt for my headphones, and see what exactly they would be now. Alright, so these headphones, when I bought them with tax, were $161. They are $160 currently. Actually, no. No, they went up because that's without tax. Without tax, they were $147.99. They are $159.99 now. 95. Apparently, they're typically $200, but it's currently a low price of minus 20% off. So that's, we'll say that's about $5,050 or $5,500 with tax. That's closer to $6K. It's like 8 things not priced. No, it's just the headphones. I originally only bought one monitor. It was the other one, but that other one that was here is damaged. Oh, on yours. Oh, okay. This is Maelstrom's apparently. Yeah. For whatever reason, monitors seem to just fucking disappear. They stopped making the damn things real quick. Pretty close to the same price. Although with these monitors, there's probably like another 1,000 in monitors right here. Alright, I'm gonna do the tax calculation real fast and see if I was right about it being more or less $6,000. I'll just say 5,500 plus the tax percentage for where I live. Yeah, $5,981 with 25 cents. Pretty damn close. So, yeah, it did not cost that much when I built this. I'm pretty sure most of these were a much lower price. Oh, my RAM's down to only 500 now. Damn. Dude, I'm losing money. I could have sold this. That's crazy. You can only go 2 years back. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is about where I bought mine. You know, when it was around the $100 range. It's fucking crazy. My monitor was 800 plus 100 for my secondary one. Did you buy one of those like crazy 4K OLED TV or monitors, Kyle? Is that why it was 800 bucks? I know some of those are fucking insanely priced. I've seen some that are over 1,000 or two. I also have PC part pickers list for other computers that I help build, but they're all very similar to what we got, or to what I have, because we all got them around the same time. Some of the cases are different, some people got different GPUs, shit like that. But they would all be around the 5K mark. 5 to 6K, because of the parts and shit have gone up so much. Yeah, OLED. OLED are crazy expensive monitors. I had somebody offer to buy me a 4K, I think 300 hertz, micro OLED monitor or some shit at a point. I was like, nah, man, I don't need that. It was around when I was helping everybody build their shit. Alright, we gotta kill this Congo. We can't just keep this up. Can't stay stuck on him here for the next 5 hours. That'll be kind of shameful. Yeah, so, every time me or anybody I know talks about PC parts, because sometimes people are like, oh, this broke, or I need help with this, or whatever else, or oh, guys, I'm thinking of doing this, I tend to end up involved in the conversations. And every time it's like, damn, I'm so happy all of us got our shit together before the whole AI shit went down. Everybody was saving money for a while and getting shit in order to like get ready to jump to PC instead of staying on consoles. Holy fuck, did we pick a right time. The only problems that we had was when we were doing it was around when Nvidia was fucking with people. They're like, oh, we're releasing the 5080 soon. Oh, or the 50 series card soon. Oh, guys, it's gonna happen, dude. Dude, 50 series GPUs are coming. And then it's like, they released like 5 of them in a country. It's like, okay, holy fake launch. What the fuck is this? That's why several of us have different GPUs and we don't all just have like a 5090 or not a 5090. None of us were getting 90 series cards. Nobody wanted that. Yeah, that's why nobody has like 5080s or any 50 series cards that I know. Although I think Zero said he got one recently, but he's not one of the people I helped build one or anything. Probably by the time you need to upgrade, prices will come down. Yeah, we'll see. By the time I need to upgrade, hopefully it won't be until like 70 series cards are out. But, counterpoint. What if? What if we don't need to upgrade? Because companies start... This is going to be a crazy idea. This is going to be a really crazy idea. Bear with me. What if companies start optimizing their games? Yeah? Crazy. I know the suggestion borderlines on hubris, but you gotta hear me out. What if they just make their games properly? I'm gonna be real. The way games look nowadays, for how they run, they honestly shouldn't need such extreme GPUs to run them at a okay frame rate. I have no reason to believe that they couldn't optimize their games to run on slightly less hardware. Or slightly lesser hardware, not less hardware, period. Like, Wilds should not have needed a fucking supercomputer like I more or less have to run it alright on launch. And by run it alright on launch, I mean, I got, like, around 60-ish FPS consistently. It sure as fuck did not like staying there. It liked to drop a lot, hitch a lot, there was fucking lag. Like, it should not have been like that. Oh, it's stop fucking with me with these nothing found. Just give me the potions. I feel like I just got scammed. I feel like I got more last time I did that. Don't worry, there's frame gen, yeah. Frame gen, what they're pushing to people that are completely uninformed and ignorant of how it actually fucking works. Not ignorant as in, like, an insult, but ignorant as in, like, they actually just don't know. These companies are all pushing frame gen like it's some fucking miracle fix for their shitty performing games, when in reality it just makes the games run worse. Frame gen is literally just companies gaslighting you, and it's funny that that's accurate. Tell me the frames are fake? Yes. I'm not about to hear the argument of like, oh, well, technically all frames are fake. Well, yeah, all frames are technically fake. But, you know, some are more real than others. Like, frames made by the CPU are frames based off of actual data from the games. Or you could consider it as, I can still see the link, Kyle. I'll look at it after this run. Meanwhile, frames generated by the GPU are actually just them pretending to know what reality is. Whew. I use 2x frame gen, not gonna lie. You probably shouldn't. On Wilds mostly, again, you probably shouldn't. Oh god. Obviously, it's fine if you want to use whatever the fuck, but it is a worse performing game if you do that. And Wilds kind of needs all the performance it can get. That doesn't matter a ton because it's just a character action game, PvE only. If you were playing things like shooters and shit like that, I would tell you that you just flat out shouldn't use it because you'll just play worse. Well, you won't necessarily play worse, but you'll have a worse time dealing with all the fucked up shit that they do. Wouldn't use it on shooters? Yeah, exactly. I'm done with shooters. Every time I think I'm done with shooters, they just pull me right back in. And by they, I mean my friends and my brother. I've mostly stopped playing shooters, and like none of them have, so they occasionally just like, hey Zeal, you're gonna get on Hunt Showdown with us, right? Ah, hey man, dude, a new Arc Raiders patch just came out. My brother's been trying to get me to play Tarkov. Oh, fuck. Yeah. Okay, I'm fine. Monster Hunter games are basically all I play now. I totally play other games, okay? Personally, I totally play other things, I swear. My Twitch channel might not look like it, but I swear to God, I play other games. Please believe me. Speaking of, though, what Monster Hunter game did you start with? Out of curiosity. What be your first one? Seeing as you're getting the PSP games now, so I assume you didn't start with any of the PSP ones. Started with World, okay. Not bad. It's the better of the three modern ones if you were going to start with any of them. Me saying that sounds like I don't like World, but I do actually find World to be a fine game. Just to clarify before somebody's like, I can't believe this guy fucking hates World. Radiance only really plays GU now. Fair. GU is one of the two games that I point out for contender for the best Monster Hunter game, so completely fair on that one. I think Rise or Sunbreak's the best modern game so far. Ooh, boy. That sure is an opinion. Hang on, I gotta do something important real fast. Okay, anyways. Had to delete a message that was in chat for no particular reason. I think a bot came in here real fast. I think there's a way to delete individual messages and not have to, like, time somebody out for a single second, but I have no clue how to do it. See. When Ascendance drops, then it will be Wilds or slash Ascendance. Ooh. Oh, damn. More comments to have. Rise Sunbreak is the closest modern game that's like the old gen games. It depends on where you look. I mean, it has a village, that's cool. I like the fact that it has single player. I think Iceborne ruined World. Clutch Claw, really. Clutch Claw is definitely the worst thing that they added to the game. Because of the Clutch Claw, I do think that Iceborne is worse on a, like, scale, I suppose, compared to World. I won't deny that. The Clutch Claw just objectively makes the gameplay loop worse. Have you played any other Monster Hunter games other than the modern ones in GU? Radiance? Stories? Okay, well, I guess that technically counts. Technically correct. The best kind of correct. Not what I meant, though. Stories, lol. No. I haven't played Stories yet, so I'm not gonna shit on it too much. I want to play them. I will hopefully like them. That is pretty much all I can really say about Stories. Other than I also feel like people that made Stories didn't play or don't know much about the Monster Hunter games. Tried Stories, it's not my cup of tea. Yeah, that's fair. Oh my god. Fucking rolled into that like an idiot. Okay, bye again. Started with Stories. That's an interesting spot to start. I think that's the first time I've heard somebody say that they started the Monster Hunter series with playing Stories. I disagree with that sentiment, Sozu. I would also consider Frontier to be a spin-off game and not necessarily a side game like the portable ones. Just because it is a MMO and not anything like the normal Monster Hunter games in that regard. Oh my god, I fucking hate these monkeys. God, like, all the monkeys suck so much ass to fight. They're so fucking annoying. For clarity's sake, as much as I do shit on Monster Hunter Rise, it does have a few things that I appreciate. Wilds, on the other hand, is really hard for me to find much good to talk about it, other than it just feels nice. Like, Rise in general feels like shit to actually play. Like, the characters control like shit, everything's floaty, nothing feels grounded. Which all feels like hyper shit to actually play. Especially as somebody who started with all these old Monster Hunter games, where everything is much more heavy and weighty, slower pace. The fact that everything in Rise is like hyper speed, sliding all over the place, floaty as fuck, felt awful. In that regard, Wilds has a much better like game feel compared to it. The thing is, all the weapons feel like ass because they basically changed all of them other than the hammer. Well, other than the hammer and greatsword. Hammer has some changes, but they feel weird. Hammer feels more like hammer than like sword and shield feels like sword and shield, for example. The only thing that actually is just like the same as before, but slightly worse, is the greatsword. Nothing else feels the same, so everything just feels wrong to play. Wilds feels the most fun so far. It feels like Devil May Cry. Can't believe I just got fucking hit by that again. And the problem with it feeling like Devil May Cry is that if I wanted to play Devil May Cry, I would just play Devil May Cry. I have the Devil May Cry games. I want Monster Hunter to feel like Monster Hunter, not like Devil May Cry. Hence, the problem with Wilds is that it's not Monster Hunter. It just has Monster Hunter as its name. I'm fucking stupid. I was spamming because I wasn't paying attention. Just wasted a Mega Potion. At this point, I don't think there'll be any games that are Switch exclusive again. So, like, I don't think the next portable Monster Hunter game will be only on Switch at this point. I think now that they're more comfortable releasing games on PC, they'll just release them simultaneously again going forward. Which, at least that's a good thing. I don't think the Charge Blade felt very nice, Zero. To be fair, I only played it in, the demo, or beta, whatever the fuck you wanted to call it, the playtest. Whatever exactly it was. I didn't think it felt good, though. I thought it felt awful. And that's coming from somebody who, from Monster Hunter 4 and World and Generations, not GU though. When I was playing GU, I didn't play Charge Blade very much. But basically since the Charge Blade got released, I played a shit ton of Charge Blade. But playing it in Wilds just did not feel good. Let's use this. He's just gonna spin in a circle? What is he doing? There we go. That took way longer than it should have. I disagree, Wilds feels awful as a hunting horn main. The extra animations they add because of the animations slow your movement down a lot. Or because the engine slows your movement down a lot. Yeah, that's fair. I'm not saying that Wilds feels perfect, I'm just saying it feels better than Rise. What else is going on in here? There was a time when the chat was moving kind of fast and I wasn't paying super tons of attention because I was obviously fighting. These are comments about how Wilds feels. Charge Blade feels nice. I think it works for Wilds because the monsters are so fast. I don't want the monsters to be fast. I like the slower, more methodical gameplay of these older games. And the older games had a mix of fast and slow monsters, and not just everything was on crack. Just sucks to lose the SAD shortcut. I feel like I remember hearing about that, Zero. I don't remember if I complained about it when I tried it or not, but I do remember hearing about that. Val mains SNS. SNS feels fine. I played a lot of SNS when I was playing Wilds. It just doesn't really feel like the Sword and Shield to me. Like, basically every weapon in Wilds just feels like a new weapon and not like something you would have experience from another game, more or less. Dual Blades, not so much, even though they changed a bunch of ways that the Dual Blades shit works. Great Sword has basically no difference except you can't throw people now, which sucks. Longsword feels fine until you fully charge it, and then it's a completely different fucking weapon, and it feels weird. Insect Glaive, I feel like I'm gonna give myself Carpal Tunnel if I played that. Charge Blade just felt really bad when I tried it in the fucking playtest, so I haven't bothered. The Lance was weird. I did try the Lance out. That felt really fucking weird. Didn't try the Gun Lance, though. Switch Axe was alright. I didn't try the Hunting Horn. Sozu is the one you have to ask about the Hunting Horn. The bow guns felt like absolute fucking garbage to play. I was super excited about using a ranged weapon as like my secondary, because I thought they were going to be like, oh yeah, now at all times you can have one melee and one ranged weapon, and like it'll, like I thought it was gonna really spice up the combat, but no, it's just like, yeah, you can have whatever 2 weapons you want on you at any time. We're not gonna do anything with that idea. You can just have them. So okay, well that sucks. And then the bowguns, obviously, they basically removed everything that made the bowguns unique. They just shoot now. There's no customization or anything, really. You just shoot. It's like, okay, well, I mean, cool. They removed a bunch of the skills, too, which didn't help. The bow is just like... You like, just put a magnet on things and you shoot, and they just auto-track. It's kind of lame. Oh my god, crab. Plum Daimyo. This quest is a fucking nightmare with the heavy bowgun. The Emerald Conga rune, is that what you're talking about? I feel like any of the monkeys would be a fucking nightmare with the heavy bowgun. Like, other than... Other than maybe Rajang, because he has more normal ranged attacks, I guess. Like, if you just have, like, Evade Up with... Or not Evade Up, Evade Extender on Rajang, I feel like you're mostly alright. But shit like Conga and Blanca, where they get up on top of you and they, like, vomit random weird fucking AoE hitboxes point blank, is just, like, hell. I don't think anyone's saying Rise isn't easy, but Rise is fun. Rise is really weird. Rise's difficulty is a really weird thing. Because the game starts harder than it ends. Like, I think that Rise starts off in a pretty decent difficulty spot, and then it just becomes exponentially easier as you progress, which I don't really think Monster Hunter should do that. World did it as well, and so did, Wilds. And Iceborne, if you want to count that as a separate thing, and Sunbreak. And I do not think that is a good thing for any of the games to do that. Paralysis might be interesting. How much does this have? It's the fucking high rank one again. High rank equipment too. That might suck. You thought Primordial Malzeno was easy? Yeah, kinda. When Primordial Malzeno came out, me and Sozu, because Sozu plays a lot of these games with me, me and Sozu were really under gear because we just stopped playing for a while. Rise released. We started fresh from Rise to stream a full playthrough of Rise and Sunbreak. I meant Sunbreak released and we started fresh from Rise. And we got to the end of Sunbreak. The game wasn't finished getting updates, so we stopped playing for a while. And we went back to it when, like, the updates were finished. And, the most fun that we had playing Rise was when we were like 5 or 6 updates of gear behind on the updates schedule. So fighting the rare species, the Risen Elders, Primordial Malzeno, and like all those, when we were super under geared was much more fun than after we fought these monsters and we had gear to be like that level, and then they were just like piss easy and they didn't matter anymore, and it's like, okay, well, there goes that fun. Yeah, Flaming Espinos, or whatever the fuck he was called. Like, all those fights are actually fun if you are super undergeared. If we were playing the game the entire time that update cycle was going on, none of it would have mattered. We wouldn't have given a shit. It wouldn't have been fun. It would have just been, like, there. But going and fighting, like, Primordial Malzeno the first time, when we were super undergeared by comparison, I think we did it, like, our first or second try. But it was fun. It took us a long time. We were there for a while fighting it. It was an actual good hunt. But the moment we upped our gear, it just didn't matter. I wouldn't even remember any of them were in the game if we weren't undergeared. Yeah, pretty much. Regime with the Gun Lance and this with Heavy Bowgun were by far the hardest G-Rank training quests. Ooh. I don't know what was up with that Conga. That dude was like on crack. He's not, I feel like he's not normally that difficult. Or maybe I'm just more distracted than I thought I was. The proof that Rise is easy is that I beat it with Charge Blade without understanding the weapon, so basically a discount sword and shield with a cool axe. It can happen. I remember watching Sozu play a couple times with the Charge Blade in 4U and in Rise. He was like, oh yeah, and I'm sitting here like, what the fuck are you doing? You're not using the weapon? I had to explain to him how like the axe and the charging and all that worked, because he actually had no fucking clue what he was doing. I think I'll like whatever Capcom does. I dabbled a bit in Freedom Night and Freedom 1 before I bought the games for PSP. I like what the old gen was and what new gen is becoming. I just straight up preferred the original games. I say that, but there's a slight caveat. I think that if they would have kept going with what Monster Hunter World was and they just improved it, and probably didn't add the Clutch Claw or removed it or toned it down or something, made it a not, like, mandatory part of the gameplay loop, and they just carried that forward for the mainline series, I feel like they could have eventually done better than 4U. Because personally, I think 4U is the best game they've made so far. Like, it is really hard, even with, like, the issues 4 Ultimate has, it's really hard to argue that it's not the best one, unless your argument is, like, GU. Generations Ultimate is another one where it's an argument for if it is the best one or not. There could be arguments for 3U or DOS as well, I could see. But I feel like the general consensus is 4 and 4 Ultimate. It's basically that the whole series peaked in Generation 4, and everything after that has been slowly downhill. They nerfed Crimson Glow Valstrax from high rank to master rank. If they did, I didn't notice, because Crimson Glow didn't really matter. But he said Wild's finals quests were decently difficult. Bro has 600 hours in World and Rise. That's not bad. If he's talking about, like, the past couple Arc Tempereds that they did, like, I think there's, like, Arc Tempered GOG, which I haven't done, and Arc Tempered, Arkveld, that's his name. I hear that both of those are difficult. I didn't do either of them. GOG Mazio's released, I played it, I didn't like it, so I just stopped playing World, or Wilds. I haven't gone back for any of its quest release afterwards. Arc-Tempered Raidou, I feel like is a worse fight than just normal Raidou, because his new attacks are annoying and not interesting. Arc-Tempered Oofduna, I don't think Arc-Tempered Oofduna had any new attacks. If it did, I didn't notice. It's just a giant flopping hitbox that feels weird to fight because it's a swimming monster and you don't go in the water with it. Because they're afraid to add swimming back. Or rather, they're afraid to add underwater combat, and they baited everybody with the fucking Lagiacrus teaser. Damn, Primordial walled you for like 3 days. I believe it should be easy to find me and Sozu playing it on my YouTube channel. All of my playthroughs for these games are on my VOD channel. I could probably pull it up, but I don't fucking feel like it. I don't feel like looking for it personally. Love to see Primordial Malzeno come back in Wilds. I want to see every monster come back, even if I don't like that monster. Even Steel Urgon could come back, and I'd be like, damn, this shit's staying again. I still remember the first time against Primordial, we struggled, and then it felt like the second time, like we beat it in 5 minutes, yeah. Of course, he's on crack, he gave demon drugs, yeah. Bought Primordial solo, it was rough, no one plays on PC. Nobody played on fucking PC. Because they released it, like, what, a year or two after fucking the game released on Switch? Because it took them like a year to finish blanking the game, and then they released it everywhere. Or was it Switch and then consoles and then PC? I don't remember the way it released. It was weird. Want to buy a 3DS XL to play 4U. I have 4U sitting on my display case waiting to be played. 4U is so damn good. No, Dalamadura is not in GU, unfortunately. It is in 4 only. 4 and 4U. And you know what, Kyle? If you buy a 3DS XL, and you mod your 3DS XL, you could, 1, re-enable online so that you could play the new game, or you can play the 3DS games online on new servers. Or you could move your files and clone your 3DS to PC, and then you can play the 3DS games on PC with people online, cross-platform between PC, emulator of course, and the 3DS. It is fantastic. I've showed it on one of the previous streams that you can go online still with them. Wow, this gives you fucking nothing. Like, how fucking cracked out is this equipment that they give you? Oh my god, they give you G-rank armor. And the True Dragon's Draw, okay. They just give you whetstones and 5 potions. Alright. That's crazy to see when you look at this and it's a bunch of fucking high rank equipment. It's high rank equipment and they give you negative point modifiers. What is this shit? I should probably start the next quest. Just got the high rank in GU, nice. I have mixed feelings about GU, but it's entirely my own fault. God, I don't even have... I don't even have, like, rations or anything. We want to play 4U because of Big Snake and Gog. Dude, they're so good. There's a bunch of people that fucking hate them both because they're giant, but, those people are wrong. Yeah, Kami's totally coming back. Dude, he's coming back in stories. Or something. Missed what you said about 4U. Alright, if you get a 3DS, and you mod the 3DS, you can re-enable the online play, so you wouldn't have to play, anything on 4U solo. Or you could use your modded 3DS, clone your files to the PC, the Azahar emulator, and play online with people cross-platform. It's fantastic. It's so nice. I've helped a couple people do it now. And it is something that I can very easily just say I've helped people do, because it requires having your own 3DS to do it. You cannot play online on the modded, brand new, fan-hosted servers for the 3DS without having your own 3DS. Which means I can just, like, tell people and, like, help people get the files and shit to do it, and it's just fine. Bro, fuck off, you piece of shit. Max Potion Plesioff's Cave. Interesting. Yeah, hang on. I'll be with you in a minute. No, 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 no. Not cool. No, but if you have a PS3, you can play online with the actual PSP. Will you find anybody online? Probably not. The only realistic way to play the PSP games online, oop, Crab Shaker, is via the emulator, unfortunately. However, it's very easy to move your saves between emulators and modded consoles. So if you wanted to, you could just do like the village stuff and all that offline, obviously, on the PSP, and then move your save to the emulator just to use that for online play, and vice versa. I think Flying's the only person playing on PSP. Oh, is he actually playing them off the PSP? That's cool. I was going to do a couple streams like that off of my PSP because my brother has some of the cables to do that. Ow, holy fuck. God fucking damn it. What a waste of time again. But my capture card, or rather, I'm pretty sure every single USB port on my motherboard is faulty, so I can't use my capture card anymore, because I have a USB capture card. Which means I cannot play off my actual PSP, or any of my other actual consoles anymore. It's really annoying. On top of my PS2 breaking recently, it's been really frustrating dealing with physical hardware. You can screen capture a PSP. There are official Sony-made cables to connect your PSP to an actual TV screen. So if you can connect it to a TV, that means you can also connect it to a capture card. There's no screen capture or anything, it's just I have a device that lets me capture hardware. 99% sure no business here played online on a real PSP with the Madness servers. I don't know how all that works, so I have issues with, bringing them up. Typically, if I'm going to talk about, like, doing shit online and all that crap, I want to actually know what the fuck I'm talking about and not just being like, oh, well, if you do this that I've never tried and have no experience with, you could totally do it. I just know that, for a fact, you can play online on the official servers, quote-unquote official servers, if you have an actual PS3 and a PSP. Will there be anybody on there to play with you? Probably not. I do know of ways, or I've heard of ways to do, like, weird PSP with your hardware online with some weird third-party shit, but I don't know anything about actually doing it, so I just don't bring it up. Like Capcom official servers, kind of. So the PSP has online for most games that have online through an ad hoc server connection, but it requires having a PS3 to do so, and you cannot even you can't even download that program for the PS3 anymore unless your PS3 is modded. So it's incredibly difficult to actually get people to do that. You have to mod your PS3. And after you mod your PS3, you need to download from a not official source the ad hoc server relay for the PS3. And then you need to connect your PS2 to the PS3 server relay thing that you just downloaded. And then you can play online via ad hoc server on your PSP through the PS3. It is a huge clusterfuck. It is a massive ordeal. Most people didn't even know it existed when it was a popular thing. Unofficial way is Excellent Kai. That is the method that I heard about, but I don't know anything about it, so I've never brought it up. I know it exists. I do not know how you do it. I do not know how well it works. I do not know how populated it is either, so. Dude, the claw hitbox on that, man. Talking about it, it's one of those things that I would show, but the ad hoc server for a PS3, that is. But I do not currently have my PS3 hooked up, nor do I have my capture card hooked up anymore. I believe I showed it in a past stream. What I was playing for that stream, though, I have no fucking clue. I don't know why you'd want to suffer without a second analog stick. Well, you see, Rune, it's funny you mentioned that. Because I'm playing with this on an emulator with a PS4 controller, right? I'm not using the analog stick. I am claw gripping as if though this is just on the PSP. Old habits die hard and all that. Actually, I want this potion. Oh, it's a small barrel bomb now. Is this still armor skin? It is. So, like, this is the analog stick right here. It's bound and everything. Like, I could be using this. I just don't think about it. I'm playing a PSP game, so my mind instantly regresses to, alright, man, you gotta stretch that index finger over your fucking D-pad and start going ham. I haven't even made an effort to correct it. I've just continued as is. The issue with playing the PS2 games is now whenever I think that I should use the analog stick for Monster Hunter, I'll do this, like, I'll be running, it's like, okay, and then you'll just see my camera move, because it's like, that's the PS2 controls, not this game. Alright, I was told stories of a max potion in here. Gonna see what's in this. Like a true masochist, lol. I don't know if it's like a masochist thing or like what. It's just muscle memory from like 18 years ago, so... Oh my god, I'm just fucking missing. I'm going to assume there's not a second one of these in here, though that'd be really nice. Yeah. Rations in this one, not as helpful. Because I got meat. I do need to find hot drinks, though. Considering he's currently just sitting in the desert. These hot drinks. Frog. Oh, he's not in the desert currently. Alright, let's go kick his ass. Holy sand. It's fucking hard to see. Grab shaker! Fuck, I didn't realize. Oh my god, the fucking Genprey just staggered him. Destroyed. Oh, that's a really bad time for my weapon power to decrease. Oops. I was holding R that time. On accident. Whetstone. That's totally gonna miss, right? Nope. Damn. Alright, Plesioth armor. I'm fucking fine. Let's go. This is a bad spot to be in. Yep. Go over me, just jump over me. Fuck. Don't you fucking dare. Okay. I thought he was gonna bite me in the back and paralyze me. Why don't I keep eating these herbs for a moment if he'd let me? I think I just lost an herb's worth of HP and chip damage. Totally worth. That might not be... Oh, he pushed me back. Damn. I'm off center now with him. Ooh. That's close. Actually, that would probably do nothing to me because I've got Plesios's armor. Nah, I'm good. I'm good on that. I don't want to be hit by that. You fuck. Oh, thank God he's just water beaming me. Although that actually did a lot of damage. Oh my God, the crab step. Yeah, I'm not gonna risk that. I'm just gonna leave. I'll just walk away, thanks. You fuck. Immediately digs back down. Bait, I guess. Ooh, demon drug. Not where I thought I'd find that. That's good to know. Damn, he killed that guy. Oh, he left. Ah, fucking paintball wore off. Well, Rune says there's traps or pickaxes somewhere in Area 4, apparently. Or there's cool drinks there, one of the two. Don't know what else is in here, though. So I want to check. Oh, there's nothing here. Oh, perfect. Ah, normal potions. Works for me. If it can stop being dumb. Damn. Normal barrel. Okay, good to know if I find gunpowder somewhere. Small barrel bomb. Fish in here. But what fish we got in here? Probably sushi fish. Oh, maybe you can't fish here. I'm not seeing any. Oh, welcome back. I guess he's dying. Never seen me coming. We'll never know. Copper Blonga's in this map. That would be actually kind of crazy if there was just randomly a Copper Blonga here. Which, to be fair, they haven't done anything like that for these. So I'm kind of surprised. I'm assuming by Copper Blonga being in this map, you just mean there's a training quest with him where he's here. Quest later on? Yeah. I really hope they bring the crabs back. I really like the crabs that they had in Rise. I felt like those versions of the crabs are pretty good. More specifically, Sunbreak. The crabs are a couple of my favorite monsters, so I always like seeing them in the games. You know, it'd be really cool to see Plum and Terra again. I haven't seen them since 4U. I actually forgot they were in 4U. I just completely forgot that the crabs were in 4U, the subspecies that is. So I just thought that we hadn't seen Plum and Terra until, or since this game, not until this game. They should make a new green crab. What could they even make? Like, if they were going to make a new crab that's not Hermitor or Shogun or Shengarin. So they have actual crabs. They have, like, these weird, like, fucking, like, it's like scissor-type fucking crab. I don't really know, what exactly Shogun would be referencing. I know there's crabs with claws like that, or probably more like types of lobsters or shrimp or some shit that do. I was gonna say they could make like a pistol shrimp crab. I was gonna say they could also do like the ones that like punch underwater, but you have Daimyo already. Those are shrimps, not crabs. Yes, but I'm saying they could make a crab inspired by those shrimp. Pistol shrimp crab sounds awful. Yeah. Never said it had to sound fun, just said that they could make something like it. They can make a horseshoe crab that just runs you down. They could do like a coconut crab. I feel like Daimyo's already kind of like that, but they could have like a really like fucked up giant claw they just smash you with, maybe. Dude, coconut crabs are crazy. Coconut crab. Like, look at these fucking things. Like, holy shit. Like, this is, I think the crabs would win this fight, honestly. You're gonna say Japanese spider crab, but that's already Shengoran, yeah. Can't be stealing Shengoran's thunder, you know. He's the giantest enemy crab, he's gotta be top crab. Or if they don't want to bring Daimyo and Shogun back, and they don't want to bring back Terra or Stonefist, bring back the subspecies, or not the subspecies, bring back the Deviants instead. They didn't put the Deviants in Rise, and they didn't half-bake the Deviants for Rise and call them Apex. They could bring back the actual Deviants with their equipment, that would be fucking great. I would love to fight Stonefist and Razor Claw again. That would be fun. Not Razor Claw, Rust Razor. That's its name. What the fuck am I fighting, Nargacuga? Okay. Interesting. I haven't really fought Nargacuga with most of these weapons. Kieran piercing? What the fuck is a Kieran piercing? It gives evade an elemental attack up? Holy crap. I just want something like the anomaly system in Wilds. I keep playing Sunbreak because of the anomaly system. I don't like the anomaly system. The anomaly system feels like a worse version and a less interesting version of 4U's guild quests. It just feels like they did guild quests but worse. And the anomaly system goes in the whole you just get hyper cracked out gear. That like you get materials to make hyper cracked out gear, so it just trivializes everything. Meanwhile, I have a guild quest in 4U that I could never fucking beat. I shouldn't say I could never beat it. We beat it plenty of times, we just can't finish beating it. It's a really bad sound clip, don't clip that. So the anomaly system is kind of like a mix between 4U's guild quests and Generations Ultimate's hyper system. I didn't really care for hypers either. Like, they were fine for what they were, but I didn't really care. I liked Frenzy and Apex monsters a lot more. Apex as in 4U Apex, not Apex as in Wild's Apex. Wild's Apex sucked. Or Rise's Apex sucked. Getting all over the place. There's too many Monster Hunter games. Most of the issue with 4's system, though, is the Deviants. The Frenzy and Apex monsters are really weird to deal with without the Y stones, and Y stones are items with cooldowns, so you can't just use them whenever you need. So you can get yourself in a pretty bad position while fighting Apex and Frenzy monsters, mostly the Apex ones. Or at least the fucking honey spot that gives paintballs. What the hell, game? However, the guild quest system was much more interesting to me, because you could get pairings of monsters together, of any monsters. You could get unstable areas, you could get Frenzies or Apexes together with normal monsters and Elders and all this stuff. And every time you beat the quest, it leveled up and became more difficult. So you could have a quest that you got in low rank, right? A low rank guild quest. And you could do it until it becomes a high rank quest. And after it becomes a high rank quest, you could do it and it becomes a G rank quest. And it eventually surpasses the difficulty rank of G rank quests. People colloquially called them like expert quests at that point, or extreme quests, either one. They are, I believe, typically harder than advanced G rank quests. I think it's the last, like, 4 levels of a quest that's technically that category. And they cap out at level 140, being the hardest quest in the game, with potentially the hardest combinations of monsters as well. Beating them obviously gives you, like, all kinds of materials and rewards and money and all this shit. But you could also get relic weapons. Relic weapons and armor, actually. I shouldn't leave out the armor part. You could get relic equipment in general. Which, the relic equipment was equipment in the game already, so, like, I was gonna give an example of one that me and my brother actually have, but I don't think most people know what that is. I've showed it in this game a few times, because you can make it in this game. What is a... Oh, you know what? I'm fucking using one. So, this Rathalos longsword on my back. I could get a relic Rathalos longsword that could have completely different stats, and sometimes they have, like, glows and stuff, too, which is kind of cool. They can have more slots than normal, more raw or sharpness or shit like that. which is tied to the quest type you get. Or you can get armor like that too, where like you can get like Relic Rathian armor that'll have a different look. All this shit. Flying Wyvern, by the way. Now the chance of getting like god rolls on any of that equipment is super, super unlikely. Which means if you get extremely good equipment, better than what you can normally get in the game, it's, one, you did crazy, insane quests to get it. Nope. I gotta try not to die here. I haven't even been fighting him for that long. I literally just got here. Oh. Rip that poison knife. Oh well. So unless you get extremely lucky, these quests always stay really difficult. So they don't end up trivializing any of the difficulty like the anomaly system does. And then 4U just has more monsters in it than Rise does. So you get more variety. On top of, again, I just like Frenzy and Apex and all that more than I like the Anomaly monsters. Although the Risen Elders were really cool, I did like them. Ow. I gotta fucking keep in mind that I have to defend, or evade. Yeah, I have evade too, I gotta keep that in mind. I'm really not good at fighting Narghook with the longsword in this game. But you guys don't like anomalies, I thought it was cool. They're fine. It's just one of those things where it's a system that just takes parts from two existing systems and puts them together in what I feel like is a worse way. Fuck. Like I said, the Risen monsters are great. But those Risen monsters could have just been like Apex monsters. Although, technically they can't be Apex monsters, because Elder Dragons are immune to the Frenzy virus, so you can't have Apex Elders. That's the one thing I'll give the Anomaly system. They were able to actually use it for Elder Dragons. This really does kind of suck. I don't fight Nargacuga much with any of these weapons. The other problem with the Anomaly system is that you only gain access to it after like everything else. So you can't like level up the Anomaly stuff while you're playing the game. So you get to G rank, you beat G rank, and then your rank basically just resets. You have to regrind a bunch of fights that you've already probably did a bunch just to up that rank again. While the guild quest system from 4U is something you can do through the entire game. Like, the only time you get locked out of the guild quest system is if you up a quest to a rank that surpasses high rank, or whatever rank you're currently in. Because obviously you can't do high rank quest in low rank, and you can't G rank quest in high rank. Unless you're doing the village, because those have slightly different rules. I hope the retro achievements crew don't go crazy when the 3DS becomes compatible. What do you mean, like, they don't go crazy? like, what exactly are you worried about them doing? Because aren't most of the retro achievement things for Monster Hunter games just guild card awards? 4U and 3U still have guild cards, so they would, I assume, just use that as the baseline again. Old bug nets. Did I get anything useful from all that? Yeah. Pretty sure I can't fish here, no. Something else I want to touch on while we're talking about these systems for these games. I kind of started hating all these systems where they have like some kind of gimmick for it. So 4U has Frenzy and Apex, which are just advanced Frenzy monsters. And then GU has Hypers. Following that, World has Tempered monsters. And then Rise with the Anomalies. And now we're back to Tempered again with Monster Hunter 6. Which I'm perfectly fine with. I'm fine with just going back to that. But then we also have Frenzy in there, and it's getting to be a mess, and I feel like they could just focus on one system and not either crowd it with a bunch of the same fucking quest systems or gimmicks for the quests. I hit you with 2 of these. Does that poison you? It does not. Oops. So you get all these, like, gimmick systems that if they just kept it as that and focused on one system instead of having it be 20 of them, it would be fine, and I wouldn't have a problem with it. The issue is that they'll do cool shit with these systems and then probably never use those things again. Oh, other than Hyper, Generations and Generations Ultimate also had Deviants, which they've done nothing with since. You'd be like, oh, the Apex monsters from Rise are just the Deviants, but they don't have any of their related equipment, which makes it boring. They also look worse. They just made them black. Fuck. They just made all the monsters look really edgy instead of keeping the actual really cool looks that all the Deviants had. I'm gonna catch up on chat, and I'm gonna kind of lock in for this Nargacuga, because I'm not used to fighting with the longsword. Rune has not replied with what he thinks the retro achievements people might do with the 3DS compatibility. Such you guys don't like anomalies. Thought it was cool. Once you get done with Freedom and Freedom Unite, you're gonna play the 3DS. I only plan to do the village quest on Freedom, so it shouldn't take too long. Trying to think if there's any specific reason you might not want to do that. If there's anything interesting you'd miss. I can't think of anything, so I guess it wouldn't be the worst decision to do. The problem with the anomaly system is because of it, because for it to exist, they need to make the monsters in regular hunts weaker than they ought to be. I mean, they're just going to do that regardless of having a system for it, but yeah, I don't like them kind of making the monsters worse to make them stronger later on. Are they actually doing that? I'm not sure, but at times it feels like it. I remember monsters having exclusive anomaly attacks or exclusive attacks in the anomaly hunts, which means the devs had to neuter monsters in regular G rank to make room for anomalies. Not necessarily true, Sozu. I actually don't remember anything other than the Risens having unique anomaly attacks, and that's because they became like actually different monsters. The problem is they're not going to use those different monsters again because they're going to be tied exclusively to their whole Risen system, which is why we never get like the Apex monsters, Raging, Saragios, I think Zinogre, a couple other ones that I can't think of at the moment. All the monsters that become Apex in 4 also have unique attacks, unique to their Apex form, and I don't think they kept any of those attacks in future games. I can see what you mean. I just like hunting, so it was fun to grind levels. Yeah, but the thing is, I know you haven't played it, but you can get that same experience from Monster Hunter 4's guild quests, and in general, you get harder and more interesting fights in 4Us, which is the problem that I have with Rise, is that it just feels like it's a worse system than 4's. And then, speaking of, same thing with Rise is like wirebug shit, all that. I feel like that's just a worse version of GU's Hunter styles. Like, Rise has a lot of stuff in it that I feel is just worse versions of previous games, which is why I have problems with Rise. They're doing worse implemented, less interesting, but generally stronger versions of whatever system they're doing. And by stronger versions, I mean more favorable to the player and not to the monster. Which goes hand in hand with what I said earlier about how Rise starts as a relatively difficult game, but it becomes exponentially easier the further into it you get. Where at the end of it, where if you are at the current end of Rise and you have like actual gear and all that stuff going on, you are so much fucking stronger than the monsters that it doesn't really matter what you fight. Um, Wilds does that to an extent too with the fucking Ardian and now the GOG weapons. Shout out to the fact that I fucking hate the GOG weapons and Ardian weapons. I think it's really fucking dumb they added GOG and then gave you like fake versions of his fucking weapons as skins for the Ardian shit. It's stupid. They should have just given you GOG's actual shit. Instead, no, they have to expand on the gotcha bullshit because they have nothing else going for that fucking game. Um, Meanwhile, in most older games, you get stronger as you go on, but so do the monsters, and you typically don't outpace the monsters. Unless it's like for you or something where you eventually get or you can get really strong gear if you are really lucky from the guild quests, which means it doesn't happen often. Frenzy's lackluster in Wilds. I thought it was going to replace the temperate system. They just dropped the ball and did nothing with it. Yeah, I don't know what was up with that. I have problems with Wilds because I have some problems with Wilds because it's just banking on shit from old games as like nostalgia bait. Like Gore Magala being back and having the frenzied virus back. It's like, oh wow, and then they just it's like, all right, well these frenzy monsters are literally dying. You go and you hit them like 3 times and they just fall over and die. It's like, okay, well, I know the whole thing with the frenzy monsters is that it like makes the monsters stronger, but it just kills most of them. So you could play it off as, oh, the ones that we're fighting right now just die instantly because it's killing the virus is killing them and they're not adapting. Sure, it just feels like shit from a gameplay perspective, and they have the fucking tempered monsters anyways. They could have just not done the whole tempered thing and done the frenzied system properly. They even have monsters that can become Apex in the game. They added Steve not long after the game fucking released. Um, what other monsters in that game can become Apex? It might only be Saragios at the moment from previously existing ones. I would assume that all like if they were to do the Apex system with the whole frenzy virus, I would assume each of the areas I want to call them Apex, but it's more like they're the top of the food chain for that area. They're the apex predator, not the apex system kind of shit. So like I would assume Arkveld, Ufduna, New Udra, and I keep wanting to call him Electro Steve. His name's Raydao. And Raydao would all become apex monsters. Probably Jindahat as well would probably become apex because they're big monsters for the games. I would assume they would do that, which they might still do that in G rank, which I think would be cool. But then it's like, okay, well, we have two conflicting systems now. Are you gonna? Is there going to be a point where you're fighting Apex Arc Tempered Arkveld? Because I've made jokes even in 4U about them being like, oh yeah, man, they're gonna in the next game in Monster Hunter 5 um they're gonna have frenzied Apex, Gold, Rathian, Zenith, Hardcore. Are they going to actually do that in any game? Probably not, but it's a joke because it's absurd to say. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate Apex Monsters. Alright, so the list of Apex monsters in 4 Ultimate. Deviljho, Diablos, Gravios. There's a second one. We got Gravios in the game as well. Reijing, Sergios, Tidal Najarla, Tigrex, and Zinogre. There's only 8 Apex monsters, unfortunately. I was really hoping in Monster Hunter 5 they would keep carrying this on, and they would eventually do more and more as time went on. They didn't, obviously. I could see them bringing back Apex and Ascendance. So could I, which is why I think they put Gormagala in there, along with the whole nostalgia bait with Gogmazios and Gormagala and all that for 4. The problem is going to be then, though, like I said, like they're going to have the Apex, or they're going to have the Frenzy system fully in the game, preferably, and then they're still going to have the tempered monsters. Like, it's going to be really fucking weird if at a point we're fighting, I don't know. Let's say they add Diablos, because they're probably going to. It would be really fucking weird to be fighting Apex Diablos, or tempered Apex Diablos, let's say. Or God forbid they do something with the Deviants, and then you're fighting Apex Diablos. Or Apex tempered Diablos. Hopefully they'd be smart and they'd give them back the actual names, and then it could be Apex Bloodbath tempered Diablos. The thing with Apex monsters in Sunbreak is that those weren't Apex monsters. The things they called Apex Rathian, Apex Diablos, and all that are actually deviants from Monster Hunter GU. They're not actually the Apex monsters from 4. I'm joking about Diablos in specific because Diablos has an Apex and a Frenzy, or a Frenzy, which is an Apex, and it has an Apex, which is actually a Deviant. So it has both. The Apex monsters' real names are Dread King and Dread Queen Wraths. There's Bloodbath Diablos, Stone Fist Daimyo Hermitor, Rust Razor Shogun Centaur. There's Thunderlord Zinogre, Bolt Reaver Astalos, Soul Seer Mizitsune, Elder Frost Gammoth, Snow Baron Lagumbi, Hellblade Glavenus. I feel like I'm missing some. Oh, Deadeye Yingaruga, Grimclaw Tigrex, and Silverwind Nargacuga, I believe is all of them. And of all, like, 15, I think I got all 15 right there. They only put, like, 4 or 5 of them as Apex monsters in Rise. Being Dread King and Queen, Diablos, Zinogre, and they put Mizitsune in there as well. I think that's all of the ones that they put in there. I don't know. I haven't been comparing systems. I've been treating each Monster Hunter game like I would Final Fantasy. The thing is, the Monster Hunter games technically are connected. It's all in the same shared world, unlike most Final Fantasy games. That's why in all these games, you typically go back to locations from older games because it's the same world. It's the same world. Technically, you should have the same systems. Different areas will have different monsters, but if you go back to like the old forest, or if you go back to the old swamp, I would expect to see a Black Gravios there. You know. All right, I'm gonna lock in and see if I can actually kill this fucking thing. Nope. Instantly fuck up. Love it. Pitfall. That's dirty. Okay, game just didn't want to move again. Lover Girl. I don't even remember what movie that's from. I'm just making that reference out of nowhere. Oh, it's Jurassic Park. I'm fucking stupid. Yeah, it's Jurassic Park. Never mind. So you're like, oh, I feel like it's another like movie with like big creatures in it. Yeah, no fucking wonder. God, you're annoying. Get in the fucking trap. Fantastic. I always love when I use a fucking trap and my weapon power decreases. Bro, I just bounced off his head. Alright, that wasn't so bad. Jurassic Park, when the guy was looking for the raptor and ended up finding him before he found her and he died. Sniper dude. I haven't watched Jurassic Park in 20 years, 20, maybe more than that. It's been a long time. I think I've only seen the original, like, 2 Jurassic Park movies. I don't remember what sushi fish do, because I never use these damn things. There's a small amount of HP. Okay, it's like an herb. Did you like Hunter Arts? Yes. Had to mute for a moment. Yeah, I did like Hunter Arts, which is why I have issues with the system in Rise, because Rise's whole Wirebug shit just feels like a worse version of the Hunter Arts from Generations. And by worse version, I mean worse balanced. It's definitely stronger than the Hunter Arts system from Rise. Or Wilds. Or... Holy fuck, there's too many games, dude. Jumping between too many games. Rise's Wirebug shit feels like a much worse balanced version of Generation Ultimate's, or even base Generation's, Hunter Arts system. Especially because it gives you shit tons of free power for nothing. Okay, Nargacuga's not here. It's probably inside the tree. You see, this is a problem with having played a lot of the Monster Hunter games, is that I can't just enjoy whatever new versions of systems they add because I've already experienced with the old systems they have. And if the new system is just a half-assed version of an old one, I'm going to be upset. Wirebugs are overpowered, but I understand what they were trying to do with it. Yeah, they were trying to make a stronger version of the Hunter Arts system because they just want to have the aims have more, like, action, constant, like, go, go, go type shit. They were just trying to make it more of an action game than, like, a Hunter Sim, or a Hunter-style, like, sim game. Like, the whole wall running and all that stuff, I don't have a problem with that. That was fun. The wall running and, like, jumping through the fucking mountains and shit with it. Cool. Probably shouldn't be able to do that in combat. But, you know, it's fine. The reason why I'm saying that you probably shouldn't be able to do that in combat isn't because I flat out think you shouldn't be able to. Because I could have seen a world where they made that fun and interesting with the combat style. Because it would have been cool if it's like, oh, this monster's going for like a sweep attack, so I'll use the Wirebug to jump over and I'll get like a mount attack and it'll look sick. They didn't do that though. Instead, if you try to go for a jump attack to go over a monster's attack, you would just get hit out of the air by an attack that was literally nowhere near you, and it was really frustrating. Like, my issues with the Wirebug stuff itself, like the movement, is more so to do with the fact that you didn't implement it well. Meanwhile, the Wirebug attacks, I have different issues with. Also, only one map actually made use of the verticality of running up walls with the Wirebugs. Most of the maps had stuff you could do with it. It's just like, only the basic first area really had a lot. Oops. Oops. Actually, no, that's not true. The, I don't remember what the place was called. The area they added in Sunbreak that had, like, the ice underground caves and shit. Like, that had a lot of stuff you could do with them as well. You just love these training school quests. Hey, man, I gotta finish them. I have, 4 more after this one to do. And then that'll be done. I have some more poison throwing knives. I'm stupid, I rolled way too early. I am still reading chat if I'm not replying to any of it, so I'm just taking quick glances. I just saw fucking Sozu mention Nero's arm bullshit in Rise. Oh, okay. You know what? No, I can just dive out of the area. Yeah, I don't have to actually leave. I can just stay here. Maybe I should leave just to sharpen. Yeah, I'm gonna drop out to sharpen. I think the switch skills are nice and could be something the series can continue with in the future if wire bugs get nerfed or removed. I feel like they should just stick with the hunter styles from Generations. Because it seems like what they want to do was improve the hunter style system, and they just ended up making it worse in Rise. I feel like if they stick to defined styles, it's easier to balance the game and make improvements on them. That's still dumb how much damage that does. That's such a fucking jank hitbox for how much it does to you. I'm gonna follow up Sozu's comment about the fucking arm shit in Rise, or Wilds, with actually showing the video of somebody else getting the same exact idea that I got from watching the trailer. Oh my god, there's baby Karen in there? Yeah. Those baby Karen are full of first aid meds. It's pretty good. Although because of that trailer, I also think that instead of getting the typical, like, Dante crossover with Monster Hunter, I think we're gonna get one with Nero instead. Which I'm fine with. I like Nero as well. I feel like he might have just gone back to the nest. Kind of have to make sure he doesn't go up there. Oh, I have Sonic Bombs. Okay, that could be fine. Oh, you know what? Yeah, go to bed. Go to bed. I haven't gotten to show this yet. Flying monster, by the way. Yeah, so that's where he sleeps. I love how they bring the most biggest and most boring-ish monsters back in Wilds. Gogmazios used to be such a good fight, and now he just doesn't even feel like he's a Monster Hunter fight. Wake the fuck up. Interesting that Sonic bombing him when he's asleep doesn't, like, instantly enrage him. Also, they're bringing Lao Shen back for Ascendance. I like Lao. I like Lao a lot. I hope they change literally nothing about Lao Shen, except they just give him a shit ton of HP. I hope it's the same exact fight, no differences, he just has a bazillion HP. There we go. Alright, now that he's fucking dead, I can pay a bit more attention elsewhere. I really wanted to like the Gagmazios fight for World. It just doesn't feel like a Monster Hunter fight, though. In Monster Hunter 4, he is a hell of a fight. A lot of people don't like fighting him because he's fucking massive, and they're like, oh, screen, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, whatever. You're just bad at the fight, it's fine. In Wilds, though, he feels more like you're fighting... It feels like the kind of fight and experience you get out of fighting Zora Magdaros in World. You're not fighting the monster, you're just doing gimmicks until you're done. I'm gonna pull it up after this quest is cleared, Sozu. I saw the floating areas in the DLC trailer and I was like, holy shit, we're in Legends of Zelda. I hope they give Lao Shen a supernova attack. It's like during the last area, I will summon a spirit bomb on our asses. Yeah, I wonder what they could possibly do with him to, I guess, make like new players not cry that he exists. Give Lao Shen guns, yeah, make him a moving fortress. Instead of being a walking mountain, he can be a moving fortress. Let me see if I can find that video real quick. Because I was watching, like, when the trailer dropped, more or less. So I got to have, like, the whole first reaction shit, and I was like, oh boy. I was joking about them trying to make it like Devil May Cry, but they're literally just making it like Devil May Cry. Okay, it wouldn't be this far back. Where the actual fuck is it? Oh, actually, I think I have an easier spot where I can find it. Should be here. If my own Discord wants to load shit. Where the fuck is it? It's apparently further back in here than I thought it was. Okay. Having issues actually finding this now. I actually can't find this fucking video now. Wait, is that it? Hold up. Oh, no. That's the one making fun of the new God of War games. I don't fucking understand where this video went. It won't be a real loud unless you clip into fucking geometry and you don't get all the carves. Yeah, maybe. I hope they make Lao super fast. You can't even kill him in time. Okay, well, that's not a fucking thing. I found it. I fucking found it. This took way too much effort. Oops. Alright, so, this is basically exactly what I thought when I saw this trailer.
Who brought the marshmallows? 'Cause I'm bringing the fire.
The way they present this shit is so much like just fucking Nero. The moment I saw this trailer, I was immediately like, I was joking about them trying to make it more like Devil May Cry, and this just completely validated that joke and turned it into reality. You literally rev the fucking greatsword. Not that. There we go. Actually, close File Explorer. I don't need that open right now. Imagine fighting two Laos at once and they just walk behind each other like two cars. And that could be funny. An event quest where they have like two Lao Shen walking next to each other and you have to prevent both of them from getting to the end could be fun. Like they just shrink Lao Shen for the first time ever. Make two smaller Lao Shen, put them next to each other. It's like a Formula 1 race. Oh, the DLC crashes Wilds and makes it unplayable. Well, that was just Wilds on launch, so there's a chance we might get that again. Copper Blanca. Oh, there's a fucking Lava Sloth training quest. What the hell? Cool. Wow, that's fucking awful. A high rank sword, high rank 3-piece, a G rank chest, and a low rank waist. That is. Ugh. It gives you Art of Unsheathing, which cool, I guess, and attack at medium, but that's rough. This isn't much better. And Karen Pearson's is cool. They give you a super long dragon here to impale both. Well, considering it looks like it's in the fortress again, there would be 4 Dragonators with 2 on each side, so you could just hit both anyway. They wouldn't need to make a new one. Because it's 4 Dragonators placed around the gate to the fortress. I missed that one once. It's more likely than you might think could happen. I've done it a couple times on stream. Yeah, I'll just go for the Greatsword. Yeah, when Lao's not standing up, it's very easy to not hit him. But if he just walks up and he's not, like, his shoulders aren't within range of it, you will just miss. It'll go around his head. I've always hated you, Apnoff, you know that? One of these had a barbecue spit. One of these had, I think, paintballs. I can get the max potion from the cave. Speaking of stuff with Generations Ultimate, though, because I am no longer going to be paying for Nintendo Online, I have moved to the emulator for Generations Ultimate instead, which means I will be restarting Generations Ultimate as well at some point. I might just occasionally play it on my own off-stream, I'm not sure. But I will be starting over for like the 80th time of Generations Ultimate now. I always think that this is a gathering spot because it's different. We get the Lao Shen Crab, so Shen Goron. I hope so. I like Shen Goron a lot. Again, I like all the crabs quite a bit. Even if we don't get Shen Goron, we might get some of his equipment, maybe. Like, maybe they'll have the trade system for materials like they do in 4. That was another thing I liked in 4. If you got rare materials from monsters and shit like that, you could trade it for rare materials from monsters that aren't in the game and still get, like, those monsters' equipment. You couldn't get, like, obviously everything that used to be in, like, previous games with that trade system, but there was a wide variety of extra stuff you could get. So that was cool. But shit like Shen Goron, Yamasukami, all those. Again, there's like every single monster I would love to see back, as long as there's just more. I want more things to fight. I want more things in the games. I want more variety in the quest. I want harder quests with unique combinations of monsters. Give me, like, bring Copper Blanca back and give me a fight where they're both in the Great Arena, normal and Copper together. That could be fun. Small barrel bomb. He's probably just gonna keep doing that. It's kind of annoying. A crab for every skull. Maybe not every skull. There are plenty of monsters that aren't big enough for that kind of thing. You fuck. I have to remember that I have crit draw. You know, I also have to fucking hit him, though. Damn. I guess that loop's over. Giant Kieran with Dragon Age-sized horns. There's been some really, really big Kieran from Event Quest, or even some naturally spawned ones. Not quite that big, but it's not super uncommon for there to be Kieran, like, the size of medium to large Kizu. Wow, that fucking multi-tap me? Or does that stun you automatically regardless? This is a really bad position to be in. Alright, I should just leave the area. Just don't risk it. I'm gonna also go kill that Rambaro, or whatever the fuck they're called. Never remember what they're called. They're in, like, every game. Because I hate small monsters. I can't remember their fucking names. Except for all the other small monsters. The Remobra. That's it. I'm remembering. I'm doing it. I'm thinking. On my way to get a nice armor skin. That's one slow-ass crab. If that was those... Yeah, like, that crab would have teleported to me. Look at this. Look how fucking slow he is. Look at that. It's not even a real crab. I can't wait to play Dose and have my attitude about these crabs immediately shift again to, these are fucking horrifying, get away. So Rune said that there's apparently cool drinks somewhere in 4. Maybe I'm just fucking blind, but I thought I gathered from all the spots in this area. Oh my god, this is a fucking gathering spot? I was joking coming over here, okay. Alright, well, he was right. Oh, this fucker followed me. I'd like to find more Genprei to paralyze him with these knives. I don't like when Zeal's winning. Ah, well, that's too damn bad. Listen, sometimes I gotta lock in and just show that I'm not absolute garbage at these games, okay? That bounces? Dude, his ass is hard, apparently. Yeah, I'm good. I don't want to get hit by that. Yeah, I'm good. Not necessarily aiming to hit his ass. It's just being behind their front arms is generally the safer thing as long as you're not immediately behind them. It's like right here. Oops. Well, they're not doing that. Like this kind of spot is generally like safe against the monkeys. Unless it's Ray Zhang who just fucking spins. The Raging likes to spin around if you're fucking by him, so it's not as safe against him. Thought I was gonna have time to block that. Oh, that fucking gets me when I'm... Okay. Okay. I see you, Copper. Yeah, I see you. I did not mean to fucking use two of those. I was just doing an inventory check. I didn't try to roll when he was running at me because I thought I'd still have iframes. It's also really nice when you can position yourself in a way to get a full charge on them when they turn. This is what I'm trying to do, but I'm fucking it up some of these times. Oop. You don't really want to be behind them, because they'll just fucking kick you in the teeth. You always stay to Raging's left side to up your IRL adrenaline. Yeah. Kind of feel like I should potion. I have a nagging feeling in the back of my head. They gave him a training quest because he's never coming back. True. Yeah, him, Vespoid Queen. I feel like there's something else. Well, Yamisukami, but Yamisukami's in other games. Though I think Vespoid Queen is also in Frontier. But it's hard to count that. Terra Shogun's in 4U, I believe. Plum Daimyo and Terra Shogun should both be in 4U. Monsters like Copper Blanca and Vespoid Queen are not in any other games other than maybe Frontier. Terra's not in 4U, really? Terra... I'm gonna fucking check. Probably pause this. Terra Shogun Centaur. Gallery? Oh. Yeah, he's actually not in For You. So I was right about Terra not being there, but fucking Shogun is. Or, Plum Daimyo is. That's so fucking weird. I gaslit myself into thinking Terra was in there because I know Plum is. That's so fucking weird to have one but not the other. Who made you think Terra was in For You? Because fucking Plum Daimyo's in there, so it makes sense that they'd both be in there. It's weird that they're not. Dude, is he in Plesiov's cave? What the fuck am I looking at here? No, he's in the next area. The other one. I want to get the max potion from here, though. Bro. Dude. These Thunderbugs are so, like, aggressive normally. But whenever you want to fucking kill them, they just run away. Yeah, that's fucking bizarre that Plum is in there, but Terra's not. I can't even think of a reason for why he wouldn't be. It's not like they don't have volcanoes. It's not like they don't have swamps in For You. Alright, now watch me burn the steak. It's gonna be that easy. Some people consider a well-done steak burnt. I don't, but, you know, each their own. Ah, you fuck. I just got here. Well, he's actually in the desert now. Oh, there's Cephalos here. That's gonna get annoying. Oh, that really sucks that that missed. Bro, these fucking Cephalos. I can feel it in my bones that they're gonna cause a problem. At some point, I'm gonna be really upset. I don't know if being, like, directly in front of him makes him easier to fight. I'm not really sure about that idea. I should have angled that more towards him. No large bombs. No pickaxes to maybe get some. That's fine. Oh no, go to bed. Actually, not sure where he sleeps. Oh, he's just gonna stay aggroed. He's attacking a wall. Got it. Fucking stupid. I don't know why I just did that. I don't know if I was out of range of that quake or if I dodged that. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, hey, Vespoid saved me. Thanks, Vespoid. I was knew you were a homie. Hey, you know what? Fuck it. I'll use it anyway. Can't see. Oh, awesome. Bad. Fucking panicking. Yeah, I'm fucking retarded. I'm fucking stupid. Started panicking because I decided to be fucking dumb. It's fine. You know, what is that? Like 20 minutes? That's fine. That's totally fine. I'm not annoyed at all. Like, ah, fuck it, I'll eat the max potion. And then, you know, just completely fucked myself over. Well, it's just a taste. A sweet, succulent max potion? Why shouldn't I? Oh, that's... They give you the poison and ice ones. That's a weird combo. Alright, well, now that I've wasted all that fucking time for no reason... This was the spit, I think. Yeah. You know, when I started this, I figured I would have these done by, like, the 3-hour mark. And, here we are. I think we still have, like, 2 more to go after this. Been fucking around too much. This again, large barrel. Makes no difference to me. Stop tickling Copper's cheeks. That only give me 2 this time? Oh, no. Never mind. I don't really have use for a small barrel bomb, but I'll take this anyway. I don't remember what else was in this room. Iron pickaxe, that could actually be helpful. Frog, literally garbage. If I go to a mining spot and get bombs, I could actually get Copper to go to sleep this time and bomb his ass. I have to make sure the paintball doesn't wear out when he's dying, though, and then I just lose track of him. Go away. You're not wanted here at the moment. I'm gonna actually fully prepare this time instead of fucking around and, like, fighting him, then going to get stuff, and then fighting him, and then going to get stuff. This fucking thing. Holy fuck. Small monsters are so fucking annoying. I was gonna get the rations from here because I'm not killing the Aptonoth this time. Or Apsaros. Alright, so we're mostly buffed up. Healing item supplies looking alright. Don't forget to say hi to the Fatalist quest before you end. Maybe I should also kill 3 Lunastra today, because I didn't do that off stream like I said I was going to. I lied. I lied and ended up just not doing it. Wow. Great, I happen to just be standing where he pops out of the ground from. Nice. Maybe I shouldn't be sitting against the wall. It keeps fucking up my vision. Apparently, I just like fighting him in this corner. He won't leave, I won't leave. I'm fucking stupid and didn't do the draw attack because game be like that sometimes. I don't want to eat this last ration. Hi, Copper. Damn, that's slightly too far. Fucking CC hell. Really? Really, you're leaving? Right now? You're leaving, okay. You fucking monkey, holy shit. Right, there's two Vespoids in this area. Can you get away from the entrance? These Vespoids are gonna paralyze me. I'm gonna mold so hard. Cool game. I don't want to do the draw attack anyway. Can't fucking see anything. Can you stop? Holy fuck. Nobody expects the 18th time in a row. Fucking Tremor, dude. I should have checked if they gave any of the other sets Tremor resistance. I would have taken it instead of the Greatsword. Tremor's so nice for fighting the monkeys. He's probably gonna pop out right here again. Oh, he went further this time. Should've just released it at 2. Damn. Unfortunate. There we go. Ow. Bro, these fucking Vespoid. Holy shit. At least they waited until it was fucking dead to bother me. boy, small goldfish. What's even in this area anyway to gather? Okay, Farcaster. Surely there's something in the cat area, right? The bug nuts? No, I don't think I do. Oh my god, another expand pickaxe. Been waiting so long for that. I'm probably not going to end up finishing my goal of completing the combo list before going to the next game. Oh my god, there's 3 more. Mostly just because of how many I fucking need, and you only get them from these at a really slim chances. What have I combined them with so far? Disc stone, iron ore. Man, they really want you to waste these. Yeah, these items just duplicate what you have, or what you combine them with. Most, like, rare resources, ores, bugs, and shit like that can be combined with them, which means you need, like, I guess, like, 30 of them total, if not more, to fully fill out your crafting guide, which sucks. I don't know why I'm here. Habit. Trenya, what you got? Phantom butterflies, nice. Phantom butterflies are really nice to get because you can combine them with armor stones for true armor spheres. I don't think I need any more of these right now, so I'm not going to do it, but you know, it's a pretty good way of getting them other than just spending all of your Poke points at this guy. Because 7k Poke points for each of these is really expensive. I'd only be able to afford 17 of them, which is crazy. Alright. Not half as, well, slightly over half as far as I wanted to get before taking a break. I was really hoping to finish all those G rank quests before doing this, but I've been sitting here for a bit too long. I gotta get up and stretch. I'll be back in a few.